The basic idea is you'll go onto the Scratch website, which is how we're accessing the Scratch programming language in this class. Then the assignment that we gave you is basically just a generalization of an assignment that's actually on the website itself that has you go through a simple programming exercise. So what I'm going to do here is work through how you get onto the website, how you get access to the website, and then go through the exercise itself. So that's the idea here today. So first thing you'll do is go onto the Scratch website at scratch.mit.edu. You can tell by the autocomplete that I've already been on here a little bit. You'll notice I'm using the Chrome browser. Any modern browser should do. I've worked with Safari and with Firefox. So I imagine unless you're using something really old that it should be just fine. Now, if you're new to this, you'll want to click on Join Scratch up here. And then what that asks you to do is ask you to create and enter a username. Nice idea here, don't use a real name. Then type in a password, type in that password again just to make sure it's right and you haven't inadvertently misremembered it. Obviously write these down somewhere or whatever you use for your passwords in your life, and then you'll click on next. I'm going to not go on beyond here because it's pretty easy and I've already got a user ID that I'm going to use on this. So once you've got your user ID, then what you do is you click on the sign in, and then your username is, in this case it's none of those things, those are other emails of mine, Geo Chaos Golf, and then type in my password and then click sign in. Okay, so I'm in, and then you'll see this changes to my username. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on create, which is the space you use to actually go in and create Scratch programs. And there we go, it's loading, and I've already got something over here, and what I want you to do is click on tips, and then when you click on tips, what happens is over here on the right you get a step-by-step intro, and that's exactly what we want because this is going to take you directly through creating a program of your own. So click step-by-step intro, and then it's going to actually, you see here on the right, it's going to tell you directly what to do. So this is actually, as instruction goes, fairly easy. It says, alright, ways to make a project in Scratch. Try these 10 steps. Start moving. Drag a move block into the scripts area. So under motion, notice that there are these different little areas, and then if you click on them you get a different set of blocks to choose from. Well, it comes up with motion, and under motion, drag a move block into the scripts area. Alright, well, let's drag a move block into the scripts area. That's this area over here. And then it says click on the block to make the cat over here on the left, make it move. Alright, so let's do that. Okay, the cat moved. The cat moves again. You click on it again, the cat moves. Well, alright, isn't that special? Okay, so now we've created our first little program, and that program is a simple move block that tells the cat, or the sprite in this case, to move 10 steps. And every time you click it, that is every time you run the program, the cat does move 10 steps. Alright, well obviously you can do a little bit more than this. And so down here on the lower right, you click on move to the next step. Step 2, add a sound. Drag out a play drum block from sound and snap it onto the move block. Well, sound. Okay, sound's over here. And then what does it want? Play drum. Play drum. Okay, drag play drum and snap it onto the move block. Notice how that the bottom of the move block looks like it matches a little slot and tab there, the play drum. And now see, these things are locked together. They're now a sequence. The program, in the sequence in the program, first it'll do the first block, then it'll do the second block. So it'll move and then play the drum. Okay, so, and here's the point, make sure your computer speakers are on. Looks like my speakers are on. I'll put them up a little higher. Okay, and then if I click on this, we should get the move step, and then it'll play the drum for a quarter beat. Let's see what we get. And if we do it again, okay, yeah, not the most exciting thing in the world, but you get the idea. Alright, and so then let's go to the next step, step 3. Start a dance. Add another move block, click inside the block and type in a minus sign. Alright, go back to motion. grab another move block, and I assume, yeah, they want us to snap it onto the bottom here. So now we have three steps in our sequence, and they said click inside the block and type in a minus sign. Okay, so over here where it says 10, they want us to go in and make that minus 10. All right, so minus 10 steps. Then add another play drum block, then choose a drum from the pull-down menu. All right, back to sound, I think. Yep. Play drum, grab another drum, snap that on there. So now we have a sequence of 4 steps in this program. And the first drum is drum type number 1. So they want us to choose a drum from the pull-down menu. So we click on 1. Oh, I've got no more cowbell. Let's do cowbell. See what we get. Then if we click on this little assembly, anywhere on this little assemblage of blocks or steps, we'll run the program. So let's see what we get. Okay, it moved forward, played the drum, moved back, played the cowbell. Okay, a little more sophisticated. Still probably not the most exciting thing in the world from our point of view, but you're getting the idea. You put these steps together, you get more and more complicated behaviors, and so eventually you could start to get something interesting. All right, again and again. This is actually where you get more complicated behaviors. Drag out a repeat block. Okay, repeat blocks, you can tell from over here, are under control. Control is how to get the programs to do different things. Repeat block. So repeat 10. All right, grab one of these. Notice this is a different shape. What happens is, since it's repeating, it's going to repeat a number of different things. So what happens is the repeat wraps around the steps we previously created. So what will happen is it will repeat 10 times these 4 steps. So it'll go and do these 4 steps and go back and repeat them again and again and again for 10 times. All right, so if I click on this now, we should get this set of 4 steps repeated 10 times. Let's see if that's indeed the case. Okay, it worked. I could easily have lived with that only 5 times, but you get the idea. Okay. All right, so the next step, 5, say something. Click looks. All right, let's click on looks. And a say block. All right, say something for 2 seconds. Now, what are we supposed to do? We're supposed to put this up at the top here, and instead of hello, it wants us to say, watch me dance. All right, we've got the watch me dance. Okay, so it says watch me dance and then dances. All right, let's see that again. Watch me dance, and then it goes away. You've got the watch me dance, only lasts for 2 seconds, then it goes into the repeat of the little dance steps for 10 times. All right, not so bad. All right, so what's our next step? Green flag. Drag out a green flag block, and that's under events up here. And then green flag, we take that and snap that up on the top there. And what that does is it tells you how to activate the program. Basically, like it says here, when the green flag is clicked, go into this program we've created. All right, so let's go into over here and see the green flag over here. We'll go and click on that. And it says watch me dance, which is in the program, and then it repeats the dance moves 10 times until it's done. Now actually, notice next to the green flag is a red sort of, that'd be an octagon, I guess. And that's like a standard stop sign shape, and it's just exactly what that means. So let's say we click on this, and the cat's going to start dancing here. I don't really want to watch this go 10 more times, so I can stop it by clicking on the stop sign. So that interrupts or stops your program. So, yeah, nice little lesson. The stop is particularly worthwhile if your program isn't doing what you want and it's running out of control. Okay, change color. Now to try something different, drag out a change effect block. All right, where are the change effect blocks? Over in looks. Change effect. Change color effect by 11. All right, change color effect by 11. Now what am I supposed to do? Just toss that there. All right, what happens if I click on that? Notice I haven't put it in with the rest of our program. It's standing by itself. If I click on that, over here looking at the cat, notice every time I click on it, the cat changes color. Okay, so what we get there is the change color effect by 25. 25 is apparently some numeric coding scheme that we not really need to go into, but that changes the color of the cat. Okay, so now we got this is basically a second program where the only thing is that it does that. All right, so let's go over here, look at step 8, key press. All right, so back here in events, key press, when space key is pressed, take that out and then attach that to our little second program. So when the space key is pressed, we change the color by 25. All right, well, let's see what happens. I'm going to pay attention to our cat here. I'm going to hit the space key. Ooh, ooh. So when I hit the space key, it does change color each time I do that. Now notice down here that it says it doesn't need to be the space key. You can change it to a different key. So it's the space key now. Let's change it to A, so that now when I hit A, I'm hitting A, I'm hitting A, I'm hitting A. Whenever you hit A, it changes the color as well. So you can change that. All right, moving on, add a backdrop. Yeah, the backdrop is just boring there. You can add a new backdrop on the stage. So what you do is you go down here, down over to the far left, and click on a new backdrop. In this case, let's pick, oh, I don't know. This is obviously something you can do whatever you want. Let's have the cat dancing in a party room. So click on the party room, then down here on the right, click OK. Now I've got the background of the party room. All right. Well, what happened to my program, to my cat? Because now I've got a picture of the background. All right, we can click. If we there's the sprite. That's not what I want. If you click over here on the far right, our program space there got pushed out of the way. So if I get my instructions back, I go over here to the center, click on scripts. It's saving changes for me. Well, that's nice, but I suppose that's a nice feature. Let it save the changes. Now we've got the new background, got the new backdrop.